So you're planning your first trip to Isla Mujeres and you're looking for some travel tips. What's going on? My name is Milo. I am a travel lifestyle content creator, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you 5 tips for your first trip to Isla Mujeres. So by the end of this video, you should have a better idea of how long you should stay, how to get there, how to move around Isla Mujeres, and most importantly, the things you can't miss out on during your first visit. Are you ready? Let's go! Now, Isla Mujeres is a very popular day trip from Cancun among tourists. I was actually one of those tourists that decided to go to Isla Mujeres for a day trip. I do think it's worth exploring the option of staying one night or 2 maybe, because the island is beautiful, and believe me, the moment you step on the island, you're just gonna fall in love with it. Now, if you can't make it, I do encourage you to get to Isla Mujeres as early as possible so you can take advantage of that day trip to the fullest. Traveling from Cancun to Isla Mujeres is very easy. The first thing, obviously, is you have to be in Cancun. Once you arrive in Cancun, you have 3 different port options to sail from to Isla Mujeres. The first one is Puerto Juárez. You also have Playa Tortuga and Playa Caracol. Now, Puerto Juárez is the biggest port in Cancun. It's actually the main port in Cancun, and as such, it offers a lot more flexibility when it comes to sailing times and the frequency of the ferries. And if you happen to rent a car, they do have a garage, which I believe is about $1 per hour, so it's not that expensive. Now, if you're staying in the hotel zone, the closest port for you to sail to Isla Mujeres is going to be either Playa Tortuga or Playa Caracol. But for some reason, the most popular option is Playa Tortuga. In my personal experience, when I went to Isla Mujeres back in 2020, I stayed in the hotel zone, but because I had a car, my wife and I decided to travel all the way to Puerto Juárez. And the drive wasn't even that long. If you are looking for frequency and a lot more flexibility when it comes to traveling to Isla Mujeres, I highly encourage you to sail from Puerto Juárez. As of today, there are 2 companies that offer the ferry service from Cancun to Isla Mujeres. Ultramar is pretty much the super well-established company. They've been doing this for a very, very long time. But in recent years, Xcaret Sailing, which is the second company, was born. I haven't used them, but just because I know that this is a company that belongs to Grupo Xcaret, I'm pretty comfortable saying that they are a pretty good option as well, since Grupo Xcaret is pretty much the leader when it comes to hospitality and tourism, not only in the Riviera Maya area, but in Mexico, and one of the leaders around the world. So anything that says Xcaret, I'm pretty sure is gonna be amazing. Now, I do advise you to purchase your ferry tickets at the port. Don't purchase them online because you don't want to run the risk of losing them. I do advise you also to get there at least 30 minutes before your desired travel time. This is so you have enough time to get there, to park your car if you have a car, and to obviously purchase the tickets. But before we continue with the video, if you're getting any value out of it, make sure you hit the like button, and most importantly, share it with your friends, family, or anyone you know who's planning a trip to Cancun or Isla Mujeres for the first time. If you're enjoying the content and this video specifically, please consider subscribing to my channel and activating the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. So you made it to Isla Mujeres, and now you're wondering how you're gonna move around the island to see all these beautiful places in it. You have 3 options. The first one is to rent a golf cart. The second one is to rent a bicycle, and the third one is to rent a scooter. I decided to go with the golf cart simply because the thought of being on a scooter or biking my way around the island in the middle of the summer in tropical Caribbean weather was simply not an option. Now think about the fact that you're not the only one there looking for a golf cart. So once again, the earlier you get to Isla Mujeres, the better off you'll be when it comes to searching for a golf cart rental. I do advise you to rent the golf cart once you get to Isla Mujeres and not before. This is simply so you can shop around for the best prices. Renting a golf cart in Isla Mujeres is very easy. The only things you're gonna need are an ID or your driver's license and the cash or the credit or debit card that you're gonna pay the rental fee with. We rented our car from a company called Rentadora Joaquin. Now this place charges 700 Mexican pesos, which is about $40 for the whole day. I will be linking their Instagram account in the description box of this video in case you guys want to get in contact with them. And no, they're not sponsoring this video in any way, shape, or form. I truly had an amazing experience with them. So if you're traveling to Isla Mujeres for one day, these are the places you can't miss out on. First, Playa Norte or North Beach. Playa Norte is the best beach not only in Isla Mujeres but in Mexico. It is constantly ranked among the top 25 best beaches in the world by TripAdvisor's Traveler's Choice Awards. The second spot you can't miss out on during your trip to Isla Mujeres is called Punta Sur or South Point. Now, Punta Sur is an archaeological zone located in the southernmost part of the island. Here, you'll find an ancient Mayan temple along with a sculpture garden and stunning panoramic ocean views. It is believed that in Punta Sur is where the sun rises first in the entire country of Mexico. So this is a very popular spot for people who want to watch an amazing sunrise in Isla Mujeres. So make that another reason for you to spend the night. Now, the last thing you want to do during your first trip to Isla Mujeres is to simply get lost in the town and explore its artisanal stores, restaurants, boutique stores. I mean, just experience the island vibe in general. Now, my last tip for your first trip to Isla Mujeres is to simply bring cash with you, and ideally Mexican pesos. And I know this could be common sense, kind of dumb, right? But the reality is that nowadays most of us do not carry any cash in our pockets and we simply rely on our debit or credit cards. It is also very true that a lot of the vendors in Isla Mujeres do not take debit or credit cards, they only take cash. So this is why I'm telling you to take some Mexican pesos with you. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button and most importantly, share it with your friends, family, or anyone who's thinking about traveling to Cancun or Isla Mujeres. If you have any additional questions, drop them in the comment box below and I will get to them as soon as possible. And make sure to hit the subscribe button as well and activate the bell for more travel content and so you do not miss any of my upcoming videos. And with that, my name is Milo and I will see you guys in the next video. Traveling from Cancun to Isla Mujeres is very easy. The first thing, obviously, is you have to be in Cancun. So if you're not in Cancun, you have to hop